What if I told you that starting 28 October 2025, the UK government is completely rewriting the rules for free bus passes, and if you're over 55, your travel rights could change overnight. Some will gain brand new benefits, while others could lose them entirely. Stay tuned because what's coming next could save you money or cost you your pass. Welcome to UK Insight, now your trusted guide for pensions, benefits, and senior living in the UK. Stay informed, stay supported, and enjoy your golden years with confidence. Subscribe now and join the community. The government says these changes are designed to modernize the concessionary travel scheme and make it fairer and more sustainable for future generations. But behind that official language is a bigger story. Bus services across the UK have been struggling, with costs rising, passenger numbers fluctuating, and funding pressures mounting after years of reduced budgets. Ministers claim the new rules will ensure support goes to those who need it, most particularly low-income earners, early retirees, and disabled passengers. Under the new system, there will be 3 major updates to how the free bus pass works: eligibility, age changes, income-linked benefits, and digital verification systems. Let's start with eligibility age, which is perhaps the most talked about part of this reform. Currently, people in England can apply for a free bus pass when they reach the female state pension age, which is now 66. In Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, the age is slightly lower, 60 in most areas. But under the new October 2025 rules, the UK government is introducing a new early access option for people aged 55 to 65, provided they meet certain criteria. This means that, for the first time, people as young as 55 could qualify for partial travel support, including discounted fares during off-peak hours or on selected routes. The goal, according to the DEFT, is to help those transitioning into retirement, especially people who have reduced working hours, taken early retirement, or are relying on part-time income. However, there's a catch. This early access won't be automatic. It will depend on your financial situation and your work status. For example, those earning under £21,000 a year or receiving certain DWP benefits like pension credit, universal credit, or employment and support allowance may be eligible for a 55+ concession card, offering up to 50% of travel. If you're over 60, the traditional free bus pass will remain available, but only if you meet the updated residency and verification requirements. That brings us to the second big change: income-linked eligibility. Up to now, most bus passes have been issued automatically based on age alone. But starting in October 2025, local councils will be required to cross-check income data from HMRC and DWP to confirm eligibility for free or discounted travel. This means your entitlement could now depend on your total income, not just your age. This rule aims to prevent misuse and ensure those with higher incomes or who are still working full-time contribute more to the cost of their travel. But critics argue it could penalize hard-working pensioners who have modest savings or private pensions. Let's say, for example, you're 61, semi-retired, and still earning around £25,000 a year from part-time work and a small pension. Under the new system, you might no longer qualify for a completely free pass, but you could get a discounted one instead. On the other hand, someone aged 55 on a low income could qualify for partial discounts, effectively gaining access to travel support earlier than before. The third major update is the introduction of a digital verification and renewal system. From October 2025, all new applications and renewals for bus passes will go through a secure online system linked to gov.uk. You'll be required to upload proof of ID, proof of address, and in some cases, proof of income or benefit receipts. Paper applications will still be accepted for those without internet access, but the government says the new digital platform will make the process faster, reduce fraud, and ensure smoother renewals. In addition, all new passes will be smart-enabled, meaning they can be tapped on contactless readers, automatically calculate discounted fares, and even store proof of eligibility electronically. For those already holding older-style passes, councils will begin sending out replacement cards ahead of the October deadline. Now, let's talk about how this affects you directly. If you're under 60, the biggest opportunity here is the introduction of the 55+ discount. You could save hundreds of pounds a year on travel, particularly if you live in or near cities like Manchester, Birmingham, or Leeds, where transport costs are high. Make sure to check your eligibility through your local council's travel or transport website once the application window opens in early autumn. If you're over 60, you'll need to make sure your details are up to date with both your local council and the DWP, especially if your income or circumstances have changed. Failure to confirm your information could result in temporary suspension of your bus pass until your eligibility is verified. For those in Scotland and Wales, the devolved governments have said they will maintain their 60+ free travel schemes for now, but they're expected to review these rules after observing England's rollout. Now, here's something many people aren't aware of. There will also be regional flexibility under the new rules. Local authorities will have the power to offer additional perks like free community transport, rural shuttle services, or companion passes for carers. This means your experience could vary depending on where you live. For instance, councils in London, Greater Manchester, and the West Midlands are already planning pilot programs that integrate bus passes with rail and tram discounts, allowing seamless travel across multiple networks. Meanwhile, rural councils are pushing for extra funding to prevent isolation among older residents. It's also worth noting that the government has promised £75 million in funding to modernise bus infrastructure as part of this update. That includes new low-emission vehicles, expanded routes in rural areas, and upgraded digital ticketing systems, all intended to make public transport more reliable and inclusive. But of course, not everyone is happy about these changes. Some campaigners have called the income-linked element a hidden cut, warning it could disadvantage middle-income retirees who are already struggling with higher living costs. Others argue that the early access scheme for over 55s is a positive step, but only if it's properly funded. So what should you do right now? First, mark 28 October 2025 on your calendar. That's when the new rules officially begin. Between now and then, take a few simple steps to stay ahead. 1. Check your local council's website for updates. They'll publish new application guidance soon. 2. Gather your documents' proof of age, address, and income if you think you'll apply under the new 55+ scheme. 3. Update your DWP records, especially if your income, benefit status, or address has changed recently. 4. Watch for replacement bus passes if you already have one. You may receive a letter about a new digital card before October. 5. Spread the word. Many people over 55 still don't know these rules are coming. Share the information with friends, family, and local community groups. Thanks for watching UK Insight Now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other seniors who need this info. See you in the next video. Stay well, stay informed.